I don't know who Mrs. Pratt is. Mrs. Pratt is the best principal. She's our principal, and she's awesome. And she's been our principal for a long time, and she's the greatest principal in the world. She's helped me a lot, like whenever I got hurt and whenever I felt bad, and she's been a good principal. She's the king of the teachers, even the kindergarten. She's really nice.
Just to come here every day and, shoulder to shoulder work on whatever adventures come our way. The office is a fun and busy and can sometimes be a challenging place, but it's been a true joy to be with Winnie for the last 6 years.
She's nice.
She's very friendly.
She's very smart.
She's cool.
She's very good with the kids. Has the patience of Job and is so good in communicating with them and drawing them out and finding out if there's something right for during their day or something wrong during their day, and kind of putting it all together.
I think she's really nice. Well, because she opens the door in the morning.
She always greets us at the doors in the morning and holds the doors open with Sister Maria Christie. And she always has a big smile on her face, and she's always talking and happy, and that just always starts my day off great.
It's a very welcoming place here with Mrs. Pratt.
Every day at school when I come in, I give her a giant hug. She always comforted us when we were feeling sad, and we just really liked her having her as a principal.
And she was very nice to us when we got in trouble and when we were having bad days.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and whenever we're crying or hurt, she'll always find a way to calm us down.
And sometimes when we get like have to go to the office, she helps us think of ideas that would help us get better at learning, so we won't have to get out of class, miss recess.
We have the best grandma ever.
And I think what a gift to St. Jude that she was able to plan a school from a grandparent's perspective almost. And if you had a grandparent planning your school, just think of the love and care that was put into it.
She is the best principal that ever lived, and grandma too. Really.
She's kind in spirit and heart, and she loves all of us no matter what.
She loves every kid in our school, and she always will.
Even the bad kids.
Yeah.
She always has a smile on your face. You go and you talk to her about just about anything, and she's gonna smile, and it brings that smile out in you as well when you're talking to her.
She smiles every day. If we're doing a reading, she helps us.
Get ready for it.
Get ready, and
so you don't freeze up or go really fast through the reading.
He said that the only thing that was really going to reassure him that he had done a good job was if when he was coming back from the reading after doing it, that he would get the thumbs up from Mrs. Pratt, and that would be the reason why he would know that he did a good job.
If you ever go to an all-school mass and you see our little kids who are reading and the liturgy itself, you see Winnie's love. Why did she do everything? To lead them to Christ. She wanted to make sure that the Mass was central to who we are as a school. And so she could have had teachers, prep the kids for Mass, but she did it herself because she knew this was going to be the center, this is what she wanted to be about. And it was that love that she shared with our students, with our faculty, with our parents, and it's that love she shared with me.
I mean, her passion for this school makes it such a special place to work, and so I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. And I'm thankful that I got to work with her for 3 years.
She's very clear that, the school is built on Jesus Christ and Catholic identity first, and from that, everything else flows. And even in her own life, I think it's so amazing that she really lives that. And her personal relationship with Jesus Christ and her faith comes first.
Winnie, I really feel like she's genuine when she says, I will pray for you, or whatever is concerning you. She'll do it.
She would come and ask, how are your children? I hear you're becoming a grandma. How are you feeling? So she really had an interest in people, in your families, and really cared about families.
Every time she signs a letter or a card or an email, she always says, with Christ, in Christ, prayers and blessings. And I love hearing that because I think more people in our world need to do that, to bring us all closer to God. And that's the point of a Catholic education, and she really instills that in the children and the staff and even the families.
And she would say, we've got to, push away and rely upon God, and know that this is His work, and know that He will bring it to completion.
Because she's so nice, she teaches us the virtues, and she teaches us how to be kind and nice and just like her to others.
Yeah. She is such a person of faith. What she receives every week in the Eucharist is what she lives. And she really tries to go about being that presence of Christ for the students, the staff, and parents, and the whole parish, as representative of our school and ultimately as representative of Catholic education.
Well, Winnie, she had a quiet confidence to the school, towards the school. She just knew that it would work out, and she had faith. And I think those teachers that jumped on board had faith as well. This is what is meant to be. It was a long time coming.
She puts together a great team of people here that really works well together, and we can trust her because of that.
And then coming to actually see the school and see her in action the first year, I was just in awe. I mean, all the sisters were, we almost said, is this for real, this place? Just because we've never seen a school so right on with Catholic identity, and where did that come from, except for Winnie?
Well, of course she is my grandma, but I really think she's a grandma to all of us.
Yeah, in a way.
And she has a special sort of grandmothership with everybody. She's always watching out for us. She's always right there.
He came to work with me because he loved to come to work with Mom, and Mrs. Pratt came over to my office, saw him there, and said, Noah, would you like to come and move some books with me? He was gone probably less than an hour, came back to my office, and my coworker Linda said, what are you doing, Noah? And he's like, I'm going to go to school at St. Jude.
She looks at her office, typing stuff to the teachers, and sending emails to the teachers too, or telling them stuff. What's going to go and calling
There'd be more than one night that I would go over there, and I would see her working when she should have been home. Quite frankly, it'd be 6, 7. She would have skipped a meal. She went to a meeting. I almost probably need to apologize to her husband, but Don should be thankful I'm giving his wife back to her back to him after 7 years. She sacrificed, and she was going to do whatever it took to make sure the school was as prepared as it could be, and that it could educate our students as well as she could.
She works on her computer. Yes, she types and stuff.
You see her work so hard, and you see her incredible faith and her passion, and it's very easy just to get caught up in that. And pretty soon
you are working long hours and you are so impassioned about, formation and giving the kids the best Catholic education there is. And before you know it, like, how did I get into this? Who signed me up for this? Oh yeah, I just wanted to follow along with Winnie because I knew she's right on.
She doesn't leave it up to chance. She'll use whatever resources she has available to her to make sure that St. Jude has what is best.
She is one of the most dedicated people I have ever worked with in my 30-some years of accounting. Very dedicated and has a work ethic like I've never seen before. And I really admire that.
And focused on making sure that everything that can be done here is done to the best of her ability.
But she has been so dedicated, and no matter what she has going on, when you see her in the hall, if you see her in passing in the gathering space on the way to church, she always stops and says hello. She's ready to listen and talk, and you wouldn't know how busy she is just by looking at her. And so that dedication and that joy, I think, is a lasting testament to our school.
If there's a smoke or a fire in the school, she has to call the fire department, like 911, the fire department.
Or the teachers do.
Yeah.
If she's sick, then the teachers will. Or if she's busy.
St. John Bosco tells us is that if you love them, they'll follow you anywhere. We know from the Gospels that, the sheep hear the shepherd's voice. And I was always impressed when I went over to large school functions, how when Winnie spoke, the children followed, and they can only do that because they loved her.
We love Mrs. Pratt. We love you, Mrs. Pratt. Thank you, Mrs. Pratt. Thank you, Mrs. Pratt.
May Mrs. Winnie Pratt, wherever God may lead her, continue to upbuild everyone that she meets. God bless you, Winnie.
It was divine intervention that brought me to St. Jude. It was divine intervention that a class opened up for Noah. And it was divine intervention that brought Winnie Pratt here.